Okay, in this video we're going to be talking about multiplying with exponents. This is day 3. So exponents tell how many times the base is multiplied by itself. So we can do this by expanding. So m squared looks like m times m. Similarly, m cubed can be expanded by writing m 3 times, m times m times m. So then, if we were going to multiply m squared times m to the third, we could expand that as writing m times m times m times m times m. That's multiplying these two things. When we expand it out, we can see how many m's we have. How many do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's m to the 5th power. The next example we have, similar to that one, c squared times c to the 4th. If we expanded that, c squared would be c times c, times c to the 4th would be c times c times c times c. How many c's do we have now? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our answer is c to the 6th power. So there's a rule that we can follow here. Rather than expanding it out every time, we can memorize this. The exponent rule for multiplying with the same base. So as long as we have the same base here, like x times x to the a power times x to the b power, our rule is we can just add them together. So add a plus b, whatever our bases are. So if you have the same base, then exponents are added together. So let's look at some more examples. So our first example here, x to the 5th times x to the 4th. Well, knowing our rule now, we can go ahead and say, okay, the base is the same, it's both an x. So what do we do with the exponents? We add them. So 5 plus 4, our answer would be the same base, x, and add the exponents to get that 9, so x to the 9th power. We could expand it out. So I expanded out underneath, so I wrote out x 5 times, I wrote out x 4 times, and then we say, okay, how many x's all together? We would still get that same answer of x to the 9th power. So if that helps you, you can do it. It just takes up more space. Okay, let's look at this second example here. So here, it's not just these variables being multiplied. Now we also have a number. So that's just like we used to do. In our calculator, we can do 9 times the negative 2 to get our answer for that number multiplication to get negative 18. But now we do have variables here. So I have to look at what I have. W squared times w to the 6. Okay, same base of w. So I highlighted those just to help you. So w squared times w to the 6. Same base, so we add the exponents, 6 plus 2 more would be 8. So that's the next part, w to the 8th, and then if we look, we also have another variable, so we just repeat what we did. Now I've got x to the 8th here, I also have x to the 4th here, so I'm going to do the same thing, same base, x to the 8th times x to the 4th, add the exponents to get x to the 12th. So then that would be our final answer. I'm going to stop with those examples. We'll try 3 and 4 tomorrow in class. So we have this procedure for multiplying polynomials. We always want to multiply the coefficients first, so like I did here, the 9 times the negative 2. And then if we have the same base being multiplied, keep the base and add the exponents. So that's what we just went over. Now we're going to talk about finding the power of a power. So write the expression, the number of times indicated by the exponent number, and then simplify. So similar to what we did before, we're going to expand this out. And we're always going to do this because otherwise it's a lot to try to do in our head. So we're always going to start by expanding this out. This thing inside the parentheses is being raised to the 3rd power. So I'm just going to write whatever's in the parentheses 3 times. As I did there, 3x squared y 3 times. Then we can go ahead and multiply just like we did in the previous example. So I see 3 times 3 times 3. We can put that in our calculator to get the answer of 27. And x squared times x squared times x squared. That gives us keep the base and add the exponents to give us x to the 6th. And then the last one, y times y times y. Keep the base, add the exponents. 1, because it's not in there, it's a 1. So y to the 1st, 1 plus 1 plus 1. And we get y to the 3rd. So then we'll do some more examples of those in class. Have a good evening. See you tomorrow.